Hello, Kevin. Hello, Catherine. And hello, James. There he is. Hey, James. So, Catherine, are you in the same place you were last week, or are you a different place? Same place?
Same one.
Yeah. What's the weather like?
It's raining every day.
That's good. That's good.
My girls are complaining, but I'm happy.
Well, good. Okay, so we were working on the third section, and I think we should continue with that. Let's quickly review what we did last time, and then we'll start with the new stuff. We'll start with Repulse the Monkey, because we sort of got into that, but we didn't really finish it, right? So, third section. Sink on the right. Come across and backhand. Temple. Temple. Point. Punch. Circle and bring the right toes in. Step up and step back. Step back. Pong, Lu, on, G. Walk through. Brush the chest. Swivel the hips. And 1, 2, 3. Relax. Spin to the right and change palms once, twice, 3 times. Block down and roll. Grab and fist beneath elbow. Okay, any questions anywhere in there?
When when you change palms, 3 hands, is your weight still on the right leg or is it equal?
It should be on the right leg, all right? So your weight is on here, and you're just using the left foot to swivel like this on the toe, on the ball of the foot, I should say. All right? So you swivel right, swivel left, swivel right, swivel left, swivel right, swivel left, and block down, grab, and boom. This whole time, my weight has been on the right through the whole move. Right? So it's 95% on the right side, and you're just swiveling here. Other questions? Okay, let's do. I'm going to adjust the camera a little bit. Okay, so repulse the monkey. Repulse the monkey. Circle. Forward, weight forward, and adjust the back foot. Repulse the monkey. All right, step back. Swivel. All right, weight forward, adjust the back foot. Repulse the monkey. Circle. Weight forward, adjust the back foot. Repulse the monkey. We're only going to do it 3 times, so I'll just start doing it 3 times from now on. Again, when you're out in the wild, you do repulse the monkey 5 times. But when you're in a small studio like this, we're just going to do it 3 times. Right? Repulse the monkey. Circle. Weight forward and adjust the back foot. Repulse the monkey. Circle, weight forward, adjust the back foot, and repulse the monkey. Okay, to make this work, you need like 3 things. One, you need to understand the footwork pattern, which is pretty simple. like I said before, it's kind of a zigzag pattern, right? Only it's more snake-like. Right? So it's more like this. Boom. Second, you need to understand where the weight shifts are. And these are, the weight shifts are, they follow the function of the move, but they may not be obvious right away. So I'm going to do this at an angle, because I think you can see the weight shifts better that way. All right, repulse the monkey. When you repulse the monkey, boom, your weight is actually forward. Repulse the monkey. But then your weight goes back as you do this circle. And then your weight's going to come forward again as you adjust your back foot, step through, repulse the monkey. Now again, my weight is forward. And then as I do the circle, the weight goes backward. The weight comes forward again, adjust the back foot and repulse the monkey. Weight's forward again, right? That's the pattern. And you just have to do it over and over until you don't have to think about it anymore, right? So again, right? Repulse the monkey, weight is forward. Circle, the weight comes back. Bring the weight forward again and adjust the back foot and repulse the monkey, weight is forward. Circle, weight is back. Weight forward again, adjust the back foot and repulse the monkey. That's it. No matter how many times you do it, that's the pattern that you're going to follow. The third thing is, what are you doing when you're circling? And essentially what you're doing, let me get something here, all right, is you're creating two circles. One on the left side and one on the right side. All right? It's not one circle, it's two circles. And the circles come right into the center, go all the way to the back, and then they come around again and they go into the center, they come out the back, they go all the way around. So it's like you've got a circle on each side. One of the poor metaphors I've used is, imagine you're a cook in the army and you've got two huge pots of soup, all right? You got a ladle in each hand and you're stirring each of the pots of soup. You got a big pot on the right and a big pot on the left. You're stirring them. Now you could do that one of two ways. The wrong way to do it would be to stand absolutely stock still and use your shoulders. Right? But you're going to get really sore shoulders really fast. The easier way to do it is to use your weight shift. Right? Just let your body come back and forth, and your weight shift is doing most of the work. Very little in the shoulders. Circle, circle. I should get a couple of I got my two ladles here, all right, into the soup, and I'm just stirring. That's the idea. Stir. 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 Boom. Once you get this move, it's kind of fun because you really can feel the flow inside. All right? Repulse the monkey. Stir. Repulse the monkey. Stir. Repulse the monkey. Stir. Repulse the monkey. Stir. Repulse the monkey. Boom. So, like I said last time, what you're really trying to do is create a smooth current in your body, and then your physical body kind of rides on that current, right? You can feel it. Boom, 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 boom. Watch my hands, and you can play with this a little bit and see if you can get this. All right? When you do the circle, all right? You could say you're leading with the top of the wrist, and then right. Now you're gathering, and you're gathering. You can see with the three fingers. And as you get more comfortable with this and more used to it, you realize, well, what you're really doing is spiraling. Spiral. So this is a Repulse the Monkey is a great move, because it will teach you that the flow of chi never stops. It never stops. Sometimes it slows down, right, and touches a base, but it never stops. It's continuous. So I don't know whether you guys have any of you guys ever done any whitewater rafting on a river? Kevin has. James has. Catherine, have you ever done any whitewater rafting on a river?
Some.
Some. Okay, so you've all done this before. The river never stops. It's continuous. All right. So you have to figure out how to ride the river, right? Safely. And what the physical part of the form does is it kind of defines the river. So it's the shape of the river and where the banks go and where the rapids are. But that's not Tai Chi. That's just the beginning. All right. The real Tai Chi is having to ride that river. And this is a perfect example. All right. You're riding the river. I mean, you're not making these moves up. These moves are ancient. These moves are thousands of years old, right? This river has been here for thousands of years. You're learning the river, and then you're learning to ride the river. Boom. Yeah, that's a good metaphor. That's a good metaphor, because you realize this is a very ancient martial art in a way. In a certain way, Tai Chi itself was invented in the 1650s the 1650s, 1660s. But everything that they put together to make Tai Chi is actually much more ancient than that. So you could say it was a new take on old ingredients. And these ingredients go back thousands of years. All right? I'm sure Repulse the Monkey, boom. Repulse the Monkey has been around for a long time, right? For tens of thousands of years. Boom. Boom. And learn what the physical motion is, not for the sake of the physical motion, but for the outer physical motion, but for the sake of the inner energetic motion. That's what you're trying to get at. Because until you've got that, you don't have Tai Chi. You've got something that looks like Tai Chi, but as Master Zhang used to say, "Wo booming bai, wo booming bai." I don't understand. I don't understand what they're doing. All right? Sometimes he would watch people, and the most he ever said, he never criticized anybody's Tai Chi. The most he ever said was, "Well, booming by, I don't understand what they're doing." Right? Because, yeah, they looked good on the outside, but there was nothing going on the inside. At first, when you first get into this and you watch somebody, you're probably not going to be able to tell whether they've got anything inside. It takes a little while and a little experience. You guys are far enough along. You should probably be able to watch someone and begin to understand whether they've got something going on the inside. Watch my hand. And my Dan Chen. It's not this. It's this. And not only is it doing this hand, it's doing this hand at the same time. The energy's coming in here. It's going all the way through my body and coming out the Mingmen and back, and then it's circling around again. This is just floating on the current. Now, if you're doing just one side, it's going to show up in the Dan Chen. When you do both sides, it's not going to show up so much because they cancel each other out in the physical body. But the same thing's happening on this side. The energy comes in, goes through the body, comes out, and goes back around and back in. So the same is true going on both sides. In, all the way through the body, out, and then around again. Okay, hopefully you've got an idea about what's going on with Repulse the Monkey now. And then it's just a matter of practicing. You have to do this a couple hundred times until it's just there in the body. And you don't have to even think about it anymore. Any questions on this move?
Malcolm,
Yeah.
when you're rolling your hands, after you push and then I forget, are you grabbing the other guy's thumbs or is he grabbing your thumbs?
He has grabbed your hand like this, all right? And what you're doing, and I can't do it to myself, but what you're doing is rolling yourself and grabbing his thumbs. Right? Yeah. So you're the one grabbing the thumbs, but he's got your hands. So you roll and grab his thumbs.
Got
Kevin,
it.
I've done that to you, haven't I? Is it effective?
We're certainly not expecting.
You're not expecting it at all, because actually, if the guy's standing there, you actually come toward him when you do this, and that doesn't compute somehow. You're not expecting him to come toward you. All right? And so it happens, it's over. He's got your thumb before you even know it's happening. And I can remember many times Master John getting me by the thumb. It makes you feel very vulnerable because all he's got to do is twitch and he will have broken your thumbs. Okay, any other questions? Okay, let's go on to the next move. So I'm going to do repulse the monkey here once, twice, 3 times, all right? And then relax. Shoe circle, ping circle back. And then I'm not really grabbing my own wrist here. I'm not really grabbing it, but I'm placing my hand on it. All right? And then I'm going to do something with my shoulder, or excuse me, my elbow. All right? What this is, why you're grabbing your own hand, is somebody grabs hold of you. And they're grabbing from out here. All right? They're actually to your right. And they're grabbing your hand. So I'm gonna be the guy grabbing my hand. Now the 2 forearms are actually mostly parallel to each other. Somebody's got my hand, and he's got his forearm right here. I'm going to come over the top and put my hand on his hand. I'm not grabbing him. I'm not trying to crush it in there. I'm just gluing my hand to his hand. So it's relatively moderate. It's not soft, but it's not hard either. It's moderate. Okay? And then watch this. I'm going to use my elbow to circle around his forearm and then press down into his forearm. So if this is his hand here, all right, he's come in and he's grabbed me, and his forearm is parallel to my forearm. So I don't know if I can do this. I need another hand. All right. Essentially, I'm going to hold his forearm and I'm going to come up on top and press down. And believe me, he will go down. Now, when Master Feng used to do this, when he was younger, right, Master Feng would do this, he would press the guy all the way into the ground. All right? I don't go down that far anymore either, but all right. So he grabs the guy and he presses him down. So you can think of this as the elbow moving down to the knee. All right. This spot and this spot are coming together. Well, what you're really doing is crunching this guy's arm. I've still got hold of his hand. I come over the top and press down. Okay. That, if you look at the elbow, what kind of circle is the elbow making? That's a Lee circle, a front to back circle. And when I say you press down, it gives the impression that you're using your arms and you're pressing down with your arms. But that's not really what's going on. Yes, of course, there is some of that, and it's an important part of it, but it's just the icing on the cake. The cake is your weight. So what's really pressing down is you put this in the position and then you just drop your weight on the guy. All right? And in my case, that's going to be 260 pounds on top of this guy's arm, right? Boom. Okay, so the first part of this, you could say, is 3 circles. This is the final repulse the monkey. The first circle is a shoe circle. A shoe circle is side to side. Right? Shoe circle. Now, ping circle, a level circle. Relax, and you notice what happens when I relax. Just relax. Shoe circle, ping circle. And now I'm going to come around again in another pink circle on this side. When I come around, my chi's going to end up back in my right hip, behind my right hip. And then that lets me do the Li circle. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 circles. All right. Shoe, ping, ping, Li. So this is a good move to study how you want to understand where your chi is all the time. Because you're going to be using your chi to defeat this bad guy. It's not your muscles that are going to defeat him, it's your chi. So think about this. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 3, 3. It comes around and it's loaded into the hip that's bearing your weight. 3. Right? Now, boom, it goes down. If instead of being in your hip, it's wandering around somewhere in your body and you don't know where it is, you're not going to be able to use it because you don't even know where it is. All right? So you got to be aware of this. And the thing to be aware of is just feel the momentum going through your body. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Each of those pieces of this, you can feel the momentum in your body. That's what you want to be paying attention to. Relax, right? Well, what does that mean, relax? It means drop your weight back to the back foot. This is repulse the monkey. Relax. Bring your weight back to the back foot so that you can do this big circle. You can feel that. You can feel, boom. And now you're on this side, you're going to go to the other side, and it's going to be a ping circle, right? Now, there's a little relaxation. And then you're going to come back. Huge. This is a big circle around like this. Come all the way back and grab your own hand. But remember, this guy's hand is in between your wrist and your palm. You're trapping this guy. Oh, now do the Li circle on top of him. Okay, that's the first part of this move. Any questions? One more. Relax. Shoe circle. Relax. Ping circle. Relax. Ping circle. Relax. Li circle. Boom. That's the first part. The second part is the transition. This whole time we've been working with the the right foot forward. Right? Right foot forward, right foot forward, right foot forward, right foot forward. Now we're going to change positions and do it with the left foot forward. But how do we do that? Well, in this case, the way we're going to do it, you already know because we've done it earlier in the form. You're going to do a hidden hand punch. Watch. Oh, hidden hand punch. Relax. Draw back, hidden hand punch. Spin around, neck punch. And now you're going to step back and you're going to do the exact same thing again, only on this side. Boom. So let's talk about the transition. Hidden hand punch is a simple idea. A guy's running at you, you know. Hey, he's running at you, he's going to get you. So one of the things you can do is just put something up between you and him. And the thing you've got is your own arm. So he's coming running at me like this. I just put my arm up. Not from the shoulder, from the danchin. It blows up like a balloon. 99.99% of people who are running at you when you do that will grab your arm. Of course, because that's the first thing that's there, and they're going to intercept your arm. But when they intercept your arm, that means everything underneath their arm is now available to you. That's where the hidden hand punch comes in, because they don't see this punch coming. Boom. Right? That's the hidden hand punch. You could do hidden hand punch with a closed fist, right? But in our case, we're going to do it just with the fingertips. Boom. When you hit somebody with your fingertips, you should have practiced. You don't want to hit somebody with your fingertips if you've never done that before, because what you're going to do is end up breaking your own fingers, right? You need to practice and figure out how you do this, right? And I'll just give you a couple little hints. You use something called shingle fingers. Do you see how my fingers are shingled on top of each other, right? They're not exactly sideways like this, right? They're shingled on top of each other, so each finger is actually reinforcing the other fingers. And then you put your mind out at the end of your fingers. But even that, if you strike hard and you're not used to doing this, you're going to end up hurting your fingers. So you need to practice. You need to go outside and punch a tree about 1,000 times every day with the end of your fingers. All right? But what you're trying, if you do that, what you're trying to hit is either their solar plexus, boom, or in between their ribs. And you think, well, what would that do? Well, Master Zhang would show you what it is. You hit somebody in between the ribs and you will knock the breath out of them. It's very painful. So this may not be the end of the fight, but it's a kind of shock, right? So here I've done this and I've pressed this guy down. Now here comes his evil twin brother. I'm going to put my arm up in between and then I'm going to step backward. Why? Well, he's running at me. I need a little room. Now, that's not much room, but it's a little room. And a little room can make all the difference between an application working and not working. So the guy runs up and you come back, and at the same time you come back, you hit him. And maybe you're hitting him in the solar plexus, maybe you're hitting him in between the ribs somewhere, boom. It's the hidden hand punch. Press. Now, just relax. You've already taken care of that guy. All right? Here comes another guy. You just relax. He's coming at you. You step back and hidden hand punch. Now, you've got your arms out now, and they're in a big circle like this. So they're still acting like a buffer to a degree. You punch this guy. Now, it's a neck punch. Hidden hand punch. Watch, this is not correct. It's not your arms, it's your trunk. Your trunk. In order to do this, you have to first know what it is you're doing. You're using your thoracic hinge joint. This joint between the chest and the abdomen, right? I'm using, when I'm punching, I'm not punching with my chest. I'm punching with my abdomen, and specifically the back, the Ming Mun. So I'm coming down into the lower back. Now I'm going to come up into the chest. And then back into the lower back. So I'm going between these two as they twist. Hidden hand punch. Neck punch. Right? And then I don't even execute this part of it. Just relax, step back, grab his hand here, and do another Lee circle, boom, on that side. Exactly the same as this one, only now it's on this side. So this elbow is going to connect with that knee, or something like that. So this is a complex move. There's a lot of geometry going on in this. However, if you can get it, you will have learned plenty. All right? Relax. Weight back. Weight forward. Weight back. Weight forward. All right? Now, the weight's going to go back, but it's not going to go back to the left foot. It's going to go back to my right heel. And then it's going to come forward to the ball of the right foot. Relax. Guy's running at you. Hidden hand punch. Neck punch. Step back and grab. And another Lee circle forward. Boom. That's the move. All right? It's a pretty complicated move, so you just got to get all the parts in here. First part, second part, third part, boom. I personally think the second part is the most difficult one to get, so you just sort of practice it. Any questions? Okay, let's sketch out the last move. We're not going to have time to do it. We'll have to do it tomorrow. But let's at least just sketch it out. So there's one more move in this section. It's called middle winding. Boom. I press down. Now, relax. Weight forward. Weight back. Turn your waist. And sigh. This sigh is that plucking energy. It's like grabbing and plucking. All right? Relax. Bring your weight back. Turn your waist. Turn your waist forward. Grab and pluck. In more advanced forms, when you pluck, you grab something. Now you grab the guy and you're going to pull him down. In this one, we don't grab. We just use open palms. And you can think of that as putting open palms over somebody's shoulders, right? Right over their shoulders and pulling down. That's what you're doing. All right, relax. Pull down. All right, hit. Snap. Figure eight to the left. Figure eight to the left. Okay, this is a much simpler move. However, there's a lot of stuff going on in the move, and you need to know what that is in order to move your chi correctly. So we will work on that move tomorrow. Okay, any questions about anything we did today? It is a difficult move.
Yeah,
but
it
you
is
will-
a difficult move.
But you will get it. And when
Yeah,
you
I
have
know.
gotten it, you will have climbed the mountain. Think about that. All right, guys, have yourselves a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.